you don't work to get God's acceptance, but because you are accepted, you work. So I always do what I do from the point of rest. You would hear my mom probably say that I'm giving too much to the church all the time, right? But it doesn't matter to me, at least, because I'm. It's from a place of rest. I am Kirk Grant, and I was born in Jamaica, West Indies. I was also baptized twice, and this is my transformation story. As a child, I've always been kind of involved with church, attended church, enjoyed a quiz at church to answer questions. And if you ask anyone, they would probably say, man, I was a happy child. I didn't ask so much. I was not very good at sports, but the only thing I know to do was to attend church and to study.
My name is Violet. I'm Kirk's mom. And it was just a joyful little baby. And it didn't give me any problems, okay? And he loved school and church a lot. The only way I could punish him is not sending him to church or school. That was his punishment. And he used to want to go to church every night.
I had some friends at school that we used to study together. We were study buddies. We would study together and I actually pray and then fast together. It was just the three of us. It was like the three Igbo boy type thing. I was from Church of God on a Sunday. My friend was from SDA Church, and the other one was a Baptist, right? And we would argue sometimes in between study breaks. And I would love to argue. Like, I might not like to talk, but still I like to prove myself right in an argument. And I would slam the Sabbath from here to tomorrow all the time.
And other children that was living far away from the school had to stay at the school to study, and he wanted to go there and sleep at the school just to be with them. And I said no, and that was another thing. He was vexed about that.
But one day at home now, and I grew up in a three-family house, so like my cousins were there, and they had this book that they bought about the Sunday law. A law that was coming to institute that Sunday would be the only day of worship. And in my mind, I'm like, that kind of triggered a thought in me that, wait a minute, I thought only the righteous are going to be persecuted. So at least this needs some investigation. I eventually started to see things my other friends' way. So I switched over, and my mom was not too happy for the mere fact that I had to rebaptize was her big issue. And I had to hide to do it. That was probably bad, but it was bad. And she wasn't happy at all about that aspect of it.
What was my problem? He did that without letting me know, and I was very mad. When he was going to church, I take some water, and I think I wet him. I said, no, you're not going, because that's not right. No, you should never have done that. And my sister said, Michi, it's better for him to really go to church more than do as the other kids are doing on the street. So with that, I just allow him to go, and that was fine with me.
So the transformation actually came after that rebaptism. No, I didn't need to search anymore for things that made me happy, right? I found it in God. At first, I was very fearful of every single thing. I mean, I used to have to bathe outside. In Jamaica, you had to go bathe outside. And the thing that I would do sometimes, because I'm so fearful, is to only wash one side of my face first, and then the other side, just so that I can have an eye open, right? This is how bad I was. And I mean, everything was just like, he's going to get you, she's going to get you type thing, right? Until after when I became a Christian, it was like, no, I'm cool, God got me, right? That was cool. But the thing that was always a question to me was, okay, man, I know I'm a Christian, so now there's a standard that is expected of me. And I was kind of always hard on myself.
And I used to say, it's the same God. Why do you have to really go and get baptized in another church? I can't understand it. That was my problem.
Just to observe the Sabbath was not enough for me. The real transformation came in a particular service that I went to for fasting, and in that service, the service was done actually, like it was done, finished. And then my cousin, who was a pastor, and now was serving as an evangelist, I called up and said, you know what, we know service is done, but is there anyone else that needs prayer? And that's the time that I kind of went up. And for some reason, on that particular day, I was the most transparent to God. Like, okay, I've been a child growing up. Yes, I accepted you, but there's this still part of me where I'm hard on myself, where I'm always, I'm trying to work at everything. If I fail, I do it again 8 times harder. But and I'm always repenting. God, I sinned. I thought evil. I did evil. I did this and that. I don't feel accepted. And just that one prayer at that point, and for some reason, at that time when my cousin he prayed for me and in his hands, it didn't feel like his hands anymore. Like it felt like he was a physical contact to what God was trying to transfer to me. That at that moment, it felt like a fatherly touch. And I've heard the statement, your life flashed before your eyes at the point of your death. Well, I'm not sure about that, but I'm sure about what I experienced when his hands were laid on me. It's like my life kind of flashed in front of me, but from the perspective of God. And I just immediately kind of saw a God that accepted me just for who I am, and anything that I lack, He's already provided.
To me, it's like touching. To me, I feel, I can't even express the feeling, but I'm very proud. I'm very, very proud of him. That's the thing. And I really don't say it to him, but I'm very, very proud of him.
And to me, that was the true Sabbath for me, right? That was the true transformation for me, that now I have rest. So even now when I keep Sabbath, like the way that I do it, it isn't just a rule to keep. It's actually, yes, I remember He created everything, but also it's that He finished my work for me. Like everything that I thought I had to do to be accepted. Every week when I celebrate this, I actually celebrate my transformation and also look forward to when there will be complete rest. You know, it's beautiful. Everything that I do now, preaching, teaching, administering, it's from that one moment where I finally felt accepted.